Well, hello, my lovelies. It's Murky Meg here. It's Saturday, the 19th of March, and we all know that Harry and or Meghan are not going to be attending Prince Philip's Memorial service on the 29th of March. Yes, he can go and trip over to the Netherlands to go to the Invictus Games event. But do you know that there is an event happening a day before the 29th of March and the service? Do you happen to know what said event is? Yes, it's the Oscars, of course. And guess who's lined up to present the Best Picture Oscar? Harry and Meghan, of course. Is this the reason why they're not, or he's not, attending Prince Philip's memorial service? I really do hope not. According to reports, the couple had actually been initially lined up to present the award for Best Actress, but that would have put the cat amongst the pigeons because Kirsten Stewart has been nominated for Best Actress for her role in the film Spencer, which we all know is about the life of Diana. And that would have been a bit tricky, wouldn't it, if Harry himself, if she had won, were giving out the Oscar to a woman that played his mother in not so much a positive light. Now, a source spoke to The Sun and they said it would have been seen as the final kick in the teeth for the royal family if he did. He's too nervous to fly to London without police protection, but happy to stand in front of a huge live audience at the Dolby Theatre in Hollywood. Not great optics. Well, it turns out he's lined up, and she's lined up, to give the Best Picture award out. Shame on you. And we know that Harry does have form with regards to this. It was reported, allegedly, that he passed up attending a Royal Marines memorial event to instead accompany Meghan to the star-studded Lion King premiere, where he jokingly admitted or tried to brag that his wife does voiceovers, don't you know? But it's being reported that they are lined up to give the Oscar for the Best Picture, which apparently is quite an honour, or so I'm told. So let me get this straight. He's said that he's not coming to the UK because his security issues. But what I don't understand, that he would be surrounded by the royal family at Prince Philip's memorial service. He could stay at Windsor and attend his grandfather's memorial service, and he would have been surrounded by other royals, so security would be extremely tight. But then this sheds a completely different light to it, doesn't it? Because if they are going to the Oscars the next day, it would make perfect sense why he's declined to go to Prince Philip's memorial service. Because they want to go to the Oscars. So the way that I'm reading this, and in my opinion, it's got nothing to do with security and this particular event, i.e. the memorial service, and it's got everything to do with them and their celebrity trappings. You know, and you know, that's their decision. If they would rather go to the Oscars than go to a event to show your respect to a man that you're supposed to have loved and adored, but they must understand how bad this looks to the world. The next day is the service, and if they trot out at the Oscars, the optics look really bad, doesn't it? Money and fame over family. Got ya. Quick question. If Harry wasn't Harry and Meghan had remained in Suits and she would just be a normal cable actress, because let's face it, yes, she was successful, but she wasn't Hollywood successful. She'd never attended the Oscars before. She'd attended a few kind of red carpet events, but never this event, never the Oscars. Do you really think either of them would be invited to the Oscars if they weren't attached to the royal family? No. I'm really, really disappointed in this because, you know, you could say it was a coincidence if it was a couple of days apart, but it's the very next day. The Oscars is on the day before the memorial service, and it's now looking, if they do turn up to the event, it's now looking like a real possibility of they would rather go to the Oscars than the memorial service, because security wouldn't be an issue. We have heads of state coming in for this very service. The amount of security there is going to be of the highest level. It doesn't make sense. And is this the privacy that they wanted? Again, doesn't make sense, does it? We all knew it wasn't about privacy, didn't we? It was all about money, celebrity, and being famous. More famous than they could possibly be famous in the royal family. But we've also got to remember that this story touts every single year. Will they be at the Oscars? Will they not? Will they there? Will they be there? Will they there? And they never are. So this could very well be one of those times where they push out a story from Sunshine Sachs to gain publicity when in fact they know that they're not attending in the first place. You've got to remember that publicity is publicity, whether it be good or bad. It's still attention in their eyes, isn't it? You know, this red herring could very well be that, just simply a red fish. But it gets them in the papers, doesn't it? What do you think? Do you think they're going to be there? And if they're there, will they be giving out that elusive Best Picture Oscar? Or is this just a clever PR campaign to get them in the papers to make them look like they are achieving something, anything, within Hollywood circles? But one thing is true. If they are there, it's very clear that they have chosen the Oscars over a tribute to his grandfather, who he was supposed to adore. Another option is this control. Is this a control issue? He's not allowed to go. You've got to think about that, haven't you? And that's purely my opinion, but narcissists' coercive control is key. Think about you yourself. Would you rather go to a glitzy, glamorous event or pay tribute to a dear loved one? It's a no-brainer really, isn't it? Going back to this issue of, is this a false story put in the press to make them seem like they are winning rather than being turned away from Hollywood? It's come out in the papers and the press and the news this week that Camilla has been given Meghan's patronages to the National Theatre. So this very well could be a kind of hit piece to try and knock that story as if, well, look at us, aren't we fabulous? Time will tell on the 28th of March whether or not they attend the Oscars. If they're there, shame on them. And if they're not, well played for a good PR spin. Because this thing happens time and time again. When something royal happens, there's always a bigger picture stateside with regards to Harry and Meghan. They've always got to outdo the royals in some way in the press, haven't they? It's happened so many times. The stealing of the limelight. This could very well be it. And isn't it a case of the previous winner of the Best Picture always gets to give out the next Best Picture the year after? Or am I thinking wrong? Interesting. So I would love to know your thoughts on all of this and whether or not you actually think it's true. Because these things, this news article has come out every single year since they left the royal family. They're going to be at the Oscars. They're going to be at the Oscars. They're going to present this. They're going to present that. It never happens. But is this year a little bit more tangible for them? Do you think they have been invited, A, to the Oscars, and B, to actually give away an Oscar? What do you think of the theory that they were going to give Best Actress and that would be seen as untasteful because Kristen Stewart is playing Diana? Do you think that's got any tangible reality to it? Or do you think it's completely made up PR guff? Do you think they will be there? If they're there, what will be the reception? And if they're there, what will be the reception because he's not gone to his grandfather's memorial the day after? It's really bad optics. But again, like I said, it could all just be for PR to get them in the papers to outdo other royals. As always, I would love to know your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell and also that like button. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of my followers for all the tips and all the emails, DMs that everybody sends to me. It really is greatly appreciated. So thank you very much for watching once again.